Netanya, Israel's premier coastal city in the Sharon region, occupies a unique position in the national property market as a city that successfully bridges multiple market segments, serving simultaneously as a family residential destination, retirement haven, tourist center, and increasingly popular alternative to Tel Aviv's escalating costs. With a population exceeding 200,000 residents, Netanya ranks as Israel's ninth largest city, stretching along 14 kilometers of Mediterranean coastline, featuring some of the country's finest beaches, dramatic clifftop promenades, and coastal infrastructure that creates lifestyle amenities, justifying the city's positioning as a premium coastal alternative to more expensive Tel Aviv and Herzliya markets. The property market in Netanya during the third quarter of 2025 demonstrated the complex dynamics affecting Israeli coastal cities, with average prices reaching 2,568,000 shekels, according to Central Bureau of Statistics data, representing a 6.2% annual decline compared to the same period in 2024. This correction, while substantial in absolute terms, appears moderate compared to Tel Aviv's steeper 13% annual decline and positions Netanya as experiencing price adjustments that reflect broader market forces while avoiding the most severe corrections affecting markets with acute oversupply. Netanya's geographic positioning creates competitive advantages that support property values through multiple dimensions. The city's location 30 kilometers north of Tel Aviv positions it within commuting distance of Israel's primary employment center, while offering substantially lower entry costs. Highway 2 provides direct access to Tel Aviv with typical commute times of 40 to 50 minutes, a manageable journey for many professionals. The coastal train line offers an alternative commuting option with regular service, creating public transportation accessibility unusual in Israeli suburban markets, where car dependency typically dominates. The city's beach infrastructure represents perhaps its single most distinctive asset. The promenade stretching along the clifftops above Netanya's beaches provides dramatic Mediterranean views, recreational walking and cycling routes, and social gathering spaces that function as the city's signature public realm amenity. Multiple beach access points via elevators and staircases connect the upper city to beach level, where extensive sandy beaches, seasonal lifeguard services, and developed tourism infrastructure create family-friendly coastal access. Properties with direct sea views command substantial premiums over inland locations, with apartments overlooking the Mediterranean selling for 20 to 30% more than comparable units just blocks inland. Neighborhood segmentation in Netanya reflects the city's evolution from modest agricultural settlement to major coastal city. The coastal neighborhoods, including Ir Yamim and beachfront areas, represent the premium segment, where modern high-rise developments and penthouses with sea views command prices ranging from 3.0 to 5.0 million shekels and higher for luxury units. Central Netanya, including the city center commercial districts and nearby residential areas, offers mid-market options typically priced between 2.3 and 3.0 million shekels. The eastern neighborhoods provide accessible entry points at 1.8 to 2.5 million shekels, appealing to budget-conscious buyers and young families, prioritizing affordability over coastal proximity. The Anglo community presence in Netanya creates important market dynamics supporting international buyer demand. Several English-speaking synagogues serve Orthodox communities, while secular social groups provide community integration points. This Anglo infrastructure, combined with the coastal appeal and lower costs compared to Tel Aviv, positions Netanya as a secondary destination for international buyers seeking Israeli property exposure without the premium pricing of primary Anglo markets. Standard three-room apartments typically range from 2.0 to 2.7 million shekels, depending on location, age, and condition. Four-room units, the most common transaction category, average 2.3 to 3.2 million shekels, with coastal locations commanding the upper end of this range. Five-room apartments and larger units appeal to affluent families and retirees, typically priced between 3.0 and 4.5 million shekels. Garden apartments with private outdoor space and penthouses with roof terraces command premiums of 15 to 25% over standard units, reflecting Israeli buyer preferences for private outdoor access. The rental market demonstrates robust activity serving diverse tenant populations. Standard three-room apartments typically rent for 4,500 to 6,500 shekels monthly, creating accessible options for tenants priced out of Tel Aviv. Four-room units average 6,000 to 8,500 shekels per month, 20 to 30% below comparable Tel Aviv rentals. The seasonal vacation rental market adds complexity, with coastal properties generating premium income during summer months when tourists seek short-term accommodations. Tourism infrastructure in Netanya creates economic foundations supporting property values through employment generation and business activity. The hotel industry provides hospitality employment and creates destination appeal. Restaurants, cafes, and entertainment venues create vibrant commercial corridors. The convention center attracts corporate events and conferences, diversifying the tourism base beyond leisure travel. Demographic composition in Netanya spans extraordinary diversity from secular families to religious communities, affluent retirees to working-class immigrants. The retirement community represents a significant demographic segment attracted by coastal climate, recreational amenities, and healthcare access. Young families seeking affordable coastal living provide another demand source. The French immigrant community creates cultural infrastructure that attracts continuing French-Jewish immigration. Educational infrastructure in Netanya offers comprehensive coverage from early childhood through higher education. The municipality operates extensive networks of secular and religious schools, with quality varying across institutions. The Netanya Academic College provides higher education access and cultural programming. For most buyers, educational quality represents an acceptable baseline rather than exceptional advantage. Healthcare access benefits from multiple major medical centers, providing comprehensive services unusual for a city of this size. The Laniado Hospital and other medical facilities offer emergency services, surgical capabilities, and specialized treatments, reducing dependence on travel to Tel Aviv. This healthcare advantage particularly benefits the significant elderly demographic requiring greater medical service capacity. Commercial infrastructure combines traditional street retail with modern shopping centers. The central business district features commercial corridors with shops, restaurants, and daily amenities. Shopping malls, including the Ir Yamim complex, provide enclosed climate-controlled retail with national chains. The commercial ecosystem provides sufficient selection for most daily and weekly needs. Parks and recreational infrastructure extend beyond coastal amenities to include inland green spaces, sports facilities, and cultural venues. Municipal parks provide playgrounds, walking paths, and outdoor gathering spaces. Sports centers offer swimming pools, tennis courts, and fitness facilities. Cultural venues host regular programming attracting residents and visitors. Interest rate policy from the Bank of Israel maintaining rates at 4.5% creates financing headwinds. For a typical four-room Netanya apartment priced at 2.7 million shekels, requiring a 675,000 shekel down payment, and financing the remaining 2.025 million shekels over 25 years at 5%, monthly payments approximate 11,800 shekels. This requires household income of approximately 39,000 shekels monthly under standard debt service constraints. The supply environment includes active new construction, particularly in eastern expansion areas. Unlike severely overbuilt markets, Netanya's development appears more balanced with construction responding to genuine demographic growth. The mix of new coastal high-rises and inland mid-rise developments provides buyer choice across price points. For prospective buyers, current market conditions create opportunities to negotiate favorable terms and secure properties at prices reflecting the 6.2% annual decline. Strategic buyers should prioritize locations offering specific advantages such as sea views, proximity to beaches, or convenient access to commercial districts. the coastal premium remains powerful, with properties offering genuine water vistas, maintaining better relative performance during downturns. Sellers face pricing challenges requiring realistic assessment of current market conditions rather than aspirational expectations based on 2024 peaks. Properties priced appropriately attract showing activity and generate offers within reasonable timeframes. Strategic sellers should invest in property presentation, including cosmetic improvements and professional photography. The retirement buyer segment deserves specific attention, given its importance to Netanya market dynamics. Retirees often pursue downsizing strategies, creating cash-heavy transactions less sensitive to mortgage cost fluctuations. Location priorities differ from family buyers, with retirees prioritizing ground floor accessibility, elevator availability, and proximity to healthcare facilities. Security considerations, heightened following October 2023 events, increasingly influence buyer preferences, with properties featuring protected rooms commanding measurable premiums. Netanya's coastal location provides certain geographic advantages compared to border areas. Municipal emergency infrastructure creates confidence among residents. Technology sector presence in Netanya, while smaller than Tel Aviv's concentration, includes industrial parks and business centers hosting technology companies and startups, creating local employment beyond tourism and retail sectors. This reduces complete dependence on Tel Aviv commuting for professional opportunities. Environmental considerations increasingly influence property values, as coastal location creates both benefits and vulnerabilities. The dramatic clifftop geography provides natural protection against storm surge compared to low-lying coastal areas. Building standards include enhanced structural requirements for salt air corrosion and weather exposure. Taxation and transaction costs significantly impact net investment returns, with purchase taxes, legal fees, and agency commissions typically totaling 8 to 10% for non-first-time buyers. The new immigrant benefits providing substantial tax reductions create dramatic advantages for qualifying buyers. Annual property taxes remain modest by international standards. Building maintenance and homeowner association dynamics follow typical Israeli patterns. Fee levels vary substantially based on building age and amenity level. Coastal properties face particular maintenance challenges from salt air exposure, requiring more frequent exterior maintenance, creating higher building costs that translate to elevated monthly fees. Future development prospects include continued expansion in eastern areas, though coastal development faces increasing constraints from environmental regulations and geographic limitations. Transportation improvements, including potential coastal train frequency increases, could significantly enhance Netanya's accessibility and property values. Demographic projections suggest Netanya will continue growing through natural increase and immigration attraction, potentially reaching 250,000 or more residents over coming decades. Immigration patterns, particularly from France, where Jewish communities face anti-Semitism pressures, should continue supporting Netanya's French community infrastructure. Comparison to alternative coastal municipalities helps contextualize Netanya's value proposition. Tel Aviv commands premium pricing 50 to 70% above Netanya levels. Herzliya occupies intermediate positioning with prices 30 to 40% above Netanya. Hadera to the north offers lower entry costs as a budget alternative. Looking forward, Netanya's property market trajectory will depend on interest rate policy, broader economic conditions, geopolitical stability, and city-specific development dynamics. The city's fundamental strengths, including coastal location, tourism infrastructure, healthcare access, and value positioning, provide resilience supporting relative stability. Netanya emerges as a coastal city offering compelling value proposition for buyers seeking Mediterranean lifestyle at accessible costs relative to premium alternatives. For retirees prioritizing coastal climate and lifestyle amenities, families seeking beach access at manageable costs, and investors pursuing mid-market rental opportunities, Netanya provides tangible benefits justifying consideration. The city serves those who value coastal living specifically and are willing to accept Netanya's character, including moderate commutes to Tel Aviv, and positioning as value alternative rather than prestige destination. The market rewards buyers who understand what Netanya offers and align purchase decisions with these specific attributes.